You guys, from what I understand, you can get to it. You can get to it. But here's the thing, though. When I looked at that, when I was riding my mountain bike, from when I was on top of the hill, I saw the whole like big pond. There's tall grass. There's tall grass everywhere. There's tall grass everywhere. I'm really going like, how do you get to it? Like, how do you get to it? There's no open trail because I'll say it again. Like, from what I understand, that there people can get to it, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to it. But man, can you imagine that, man? Guys, a pond that big. The one thing that I can pretty much guarantee, there's gonna be fish in there, you guys. There's gonna be fish. There's gonna be fry. Obviously, I know there's ducks in there because I saw them. But like, there's got to be like a whole bunch of life in there. Frogs, fish, you name it. And because the thing of like, because Penasquitos Canyon / like Carmel Creek. I mean, they the Carmel Creek is like on the north side, and the Penasquitos Canyon is like on the south. And Penasquitos Canyon, on the other hand, is a year-round creek, and then Carmel Creek, on the other hand, is not. I mean, the part of Carmel Creek that I go to, which is the bike path, that water is just disgusting. Like all that water, you guys, is basically just a bunch of fucking gutter water going everywhere, just like everywhere. It smells awful. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, it's gotten so bad, you guys. Like they're like, for real. They're literally putting motherfucking health hazard signs on there, and because back in the day, guys, when like I said, when I used to fish over there back in the early 2000s, there was so much fish in there, and the pond really wasn't all that bad. It's like now it's gotten so bad because you have to understand, guys, the thing with like algae and stuff, because there's a lot of algae in there. Algae, what it does, guys, that it takes away the oxygen in the water, and the fish need that. If the oxygen is gone, that's what kills them. And also another thing, guys, that back in the day, there used to be a lot of freaking frogs in there. There are no more frogs in there. I mean, there's no more frogs. I mean, as a kid in the early 2000s, the late 90s, like, I go down there with my friends. There were frogs everywhere. I mean, every freaking where there's frogs. And, like, now, there's no frogs there anymore. It's like, what the hell? And, but, I mean, there's still ducks. There's still, like, those cranes still sitting there. Oh yeah, also, another thing I forgot to mention, there's actually turtles there. And these turtles are actually really nice. They're actually you can actually pet them. I mean, I think here's the thing. What I think what happened is that someone had a bunch of pet turtles, right? And they just happened to let them go in the pond. And then as time went on, they just reproduced and got more and more and more. And there's a bunch of them. Like I've seen some like baby ones. They're so cute. You can feed them and stuff. And the turtles are fine. The whole algae thing, it's not killing the turtles. It's just the fish. I don't know why there's the frogs are gone. Maybe the frogs are somewhere else. No, I don't know. But I remember like because like there's a part where there's like the golf course, and the golf course is back in the day, the golf course used to be open, but now, if you go on the golf course now, there's a bunch of signs there. I remember this one time, my friends and I were catching frogs on the golf course, and this freaking jerk, this golfer, was so mean to us. He was cussing at us. He was doing all this shit. And I mean, we're like 8-9-year-old kids, and I'm like, come on, man, you don't sit there and fucking cuss at 9-year-old kids. You just don't do that. And this guy was a freaking a-hole. I mean, you know what I did? I literally said, "Fuck you, man." And I said my middle finger. My freaking 8-year-old self said to him, "I'm like, fuck you, man." And I mean, he was such a fucking jerk. It's like, what are we doing wrong? We're literally just staying on the golf course, and he got all mad, and it's like, but now it's all blocked off now, and because it's just people just do not like us going over there anymore, guys. So it's trying to ruin it for everyone, but yeah. So what else should I talk about? You know what? Let's talk about some mountain biking times. Okay, I've mountain biked everywhere, you guys. Okay, one time I rode my mountain bike from my house to Black Mountain, and I actually went up Black Mountain, you guys, up Black Mountain. And man, let me tell you something, guys, ladies and gentlemen, when you ride your mountain bike up Black Mountain, Okay, up Black Mountain. It is steep. I mean, the terrain, the terrain is extreme. I mean, there are rocks everywhere. Like I'm literally going up the trail, walking my bike up the trail for one thing. It's so rocky. I'm literally going up the trail on Black Mountain, and like there's so much rocks on the trail. Like literally, there's so much goddamn rocks, and I mean, I'm literally just dying. Like I'm dripping in sweat. And from what I understand, guys, there's another guy that was behind me, and he's sitting there saying like, hey, look, bro, I saw you going up the trail with your mountain bike, and I told him like, yeah, man, it was so goddamn extreme, and like I was dying. I was starting to get like dehydrated and stuff, and yeah, and then also I'm going down Black Mountain, right, down the trail. I'm going like 30 miles an hour on my mountain bike, and I hit like a rock. I almost ate it though, but I managed to like not fall off. Guys, you want to know something? The last time I fell off a mountain bike was back in 2006. Yeah, I've had this long streak of not falling off a mountain bike. I mean, you may think that David, you're full of crap. No, I'm serious. Like I'm telling, like I'm literally telling the truth. And I remember I'm going like 30 miles an hour, and I'm going like, oh shit, and I managed to save it. But yeah, then some people come the other way are going like, you all right, bro? And I'm like, well, kind of a little bit. I mean, I almost freaking killed myself on my mountain bike going like 30 miles an hour, but either way, I'm all right. Like, okay, just like be careful, man. And yeah, and also I also at that time, guys, my front brake was it wasn't working. My back brake was working, but here's the thing about the front brake versus the back brake. I mean, both brakes do stop you, but the front brake is the one that stops you the most. The back brake is the one that stops you the least. And guys, the thing about okay, here's another thing, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to mountain biking, for the most part, use your back brake. Okay, and you want to know why? Because one time I used the front brake, and I actually grabbed it too hard. What happened is it locked on, and when it locked on, I fell forward, off the bike, and that's like, guys, that is not fun. Oh my god, that is not fun. Like you go face first into the dirt, and it does not feel good. I mean, I'm just like, oh my god. So really, for the most part, guys, when it comes to mountain biking, use your back brake for the most part. Front brake is kind of there just in case you need it. Because front brake will stop you a lot more. But another thing, as you're mountain biking, you guys, make sure that when you use your front brake, don't squeeze it too hard. Squeeze it softly. Because like I just said, if you squeeze the front brake too hard, you're gonna fall on your face. And just so you know, do not make the same mistake that this motherfucking moron right here, which is me, did. Because I'll tell you right now, guys, it didn't feel very good. And I literally, like, I'm getting up and I'm going like, oh shit. And I mean, nobody was there, thank God. But it's like I felt like embarrassed. But I'm like in really bad pain at the same time. And it was kind of quite an adventure. There's like this one time. This guy, guys, was a complete asshole. Okay, this is back in like my cousin and I were. I was up in Bakersfield during Thanksgiving time, seeing my family, and this was Thanksgiving 2010, and we were up there, right, and we're actually riding like our BMX bikes down Toad's Trail, right, and this, guys, I swear to God, this freaking a-hole on his bike came out of nowhere. Like I'm like, my cousin and I are probably going maybe like 5-10 miles an hour down the trail, right? And we're we're going at a pretty good speed, right? And all of a sudden, like, I hear this noise because here's it. My cousin is in front of me. I'm in the back. As we're going down, I hear like this really just bizarre noise. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I turn around, and this guy, like this a-hole on his mountain bike, is like literally about that freaking close to touching my tire. And I mean, the thing about it is, I told my cousin, I'm like, bro, look, there's a guy trying to tailgate us. And I mean, the thing about it, at that time on Toad's Trail, there was no place to pull over. It was so goddamn skinny and narrow. And basically, we got to a point where there was a place where we could pull over, and we're literally looking at this. We're sticking our freaking hands up in the air, like literally sticking our fucking hands up, going like, bro, really? You had to freaking tailgate us? He didn't say a word. He didn't say a freaking word. I'm like, wow, bro, wow. You know, at least at least what you could have fucking did, buddy. At least you could, because most bike riders, including me, we do this. We see either on your right or on your left. He didn't say anything. I'm like, bro, dude. You know, I'm like, what a fucking jerk, man. I'm like, you know, I remember we come back down. We tell our dads that this freaking moron here was just tailgating us, and they're really like, yeah, and just like, he was such a jerk. I'm like, you know, my God. And that's the thing with Toad's Trail, you guys. I mean, like I said before, it is a fun trail to go down, guys. But man, you have got to be careful going down that trail on your bike, because those blind spots, guys. You never know you never know what's around the corner, guys. I almost ran into a family on accident for going down that trail. So let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. When you go to Bakersfield and you ride your bike down Toad's Trail, go slow. Do not go fast, because those blind spots, you never know what's around. You never know what's around the corner. Okay, there could be people. There could be other bicyclists. You don't know. And if you're going friggin' fast, it's gonna go kapow, and it's gonna be a collision. So, and I heard this one time that there's like a friggin' snake sitting there too. Like, oh shit, I had to freaking go that way, and I went around it. I almost got. I mean, the snake almost, like, guys, like seriously, the motherfucking snake almost bit me. I'm like, holy crap! And by the way, guys, ladies and gentlemen, number one, that freaking snake was a baby rattlesnake, and baby rattlesnakes are worse. And you want to know why, ladies and gentlemen? Because they don't know how to control their venom. That's why. And if they get you, if they freaking get you, they're gonna put more venom into you. I'm so glad that thing didn't bite me. It was about to. It was about to bite my freaking leg, but I managed to go like that, and then I went around it. And ladies and gentlemen, when you're going down these freaking trails down Toad's Way in Bakersfield, guys, be very, very careful. There could be snakes. There could be people come around the other corner. There could be other freaking jerks on bikes that tailgate you the entire way, like me. Or there could be freaking, you never know. Maybe ghosts, maybe, bombs, who knows. Just, ladies and gentlemen, just please be careful when you go down these trails, because you never know what's there. You never know what's there. Okay, and all this one time, I was flying down a trail. Okay. I never told you this, but I used to mountain board. Okay, we were in Bakersfield, right? We're on our mountain boards. If you don't know a mountain board is an off-road skateboard with big tires. Okay, my cousin and I are on our mountain boards in Bakersfield, going down the freaking hill. And what happens? I do a freaking power slide, and I freaking eat it. I mean, I'm just like, I freaking eat it, and I'm rolling. And I get up. I'm like, shit. And both of my hands are covered in blood. And my back right here is all scraped up, and I'm literally just like, number one, I fall in front of my cousin, I fall in front of my family. I'm in absolute pain. I'm embarrassed at the same time, and after that we go to Sonic, which is a fast food place, and then basically I go in their pool with the chlorine, and chlorine's good because chlorine kills germs. But man, when I went in there the first time, it stung. I'm like, oh man, that stings like crazy, and but man, it was so much pain, dude. I mean, like, and okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, okay? If you ever ride a mountain board, when you do a freaking power slide, just remember, just get low when you do it. Because here's the thing, what this motherfucking moron right here did, which is me. When I did this power slide, I actually was standing up. I didn't bend down. So basically, when you do that, make sure you bend down, because if you don't, you're gonna fall on your face like me. And let me tell you something, it didn't feel very good. And actually, by the way, my leg right here, guys, that was back in like 2011. The scar is still on my leg. It literally didn't heal right. Like it's still on there too. So, also this one time, like right here, I have like this like major like rug burn from like 2019, and it's still there too. It didn't heal right. So yeah, and also like we were going down. We were on our mountain boards again in Bakersfield, and we're going down another hill in the foothills, and we're going super fast, right? And there's a person coming the other way. And I'm like, oh shit! So basically, what we do, we go into the motherfucking foxtails, you guys, And let me tell you something. When these foxtails are green, they're good. But man, when they're fucking dead, let me just put it this way: it doesn't feel very good. We went into the foxtails when we were dead just to slow down. And all we do is my cousin and I get all these goddamn foxtails stuck in our socks and our feet and our shoes, and we had to go back home, get all the foxtails out. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something when it comes to mountain boarding again. If you're ever in a place where there's a bunch of motherfucking foxtails, number one, make sure they're green, okay? Make sure they're green, and make sure you don't go in them when they're brown, because when they're brown, that's when the foxtails go, they get you, they hurt, okay? And don't make the same mistake that we did, because man, I have never had so many foxtails stuck into me like that. I mean, my cousin had it worse than I did, because you want to know why he did? Because he was in front, I was in the back, and he was taking most of the foxtails to him. I was taking a few of them, but it was. I mean, we get home, all these freaking foxtails are all stuck in our socks, in our shoes, and got a few cuts from them. Foxtails, guys, like I said, when it comes to foxtails, when they are green foxtails, they are awesome. You can lay in it, have fun, man. When they are brown and they're dead, they are bad, man. They just destroy you. I mean, just, you know. And also, the other time we were mountain boarding, and we were going down another hill. Yeah, we were going down another hill in Bakersfield, right? And the thing with mountain boards, you guys, okay, if your tires hit like soft sand, I mean, the freaking board still rolls, obviously, but like, what will happen is that if you're going fast, right, and you run into soft sand, it sort of stops you, and when it stops you, it causes your board to wobble. And I remember this one time, I was going down that right, and my board's starting to wobble. I'm going like, oh shit, and I managed to like not fall off, but it was like, holy crap. Because the thing about mountain boards, you guys, is that most people use the spring trucks. With my mountain board, I use the rubber bushing ones. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something. If you ever own a mountain board, and if it comes with those stupid, crappy rubber bushing trucks, get rid of those things. Do yourself a favor. Buy yourself some mountain board spring trucks, because you're gonna need them. I mean, I'll tell you right now, it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference, okay? Because honestly, guys, longboarding I still like better. I love longboarding a lot better than mountain boarding. Even though one of my friends was going like, David, why would you get a mountain board? Like, I prefer longboards, and I don't recommend getting the mountain board. So, but actually, speaking about mountain board, you guys, it's actually in my closet. I mean, the tires and the trucks and stuff, I threw them away because they're garbage. I mean, the freaking things had flat tires, and I was trying to figure out how to freaking put them back, blow them back up. It didn't work, But those mountain boards are fun though, man. But they're sketchy as hell, man. When you're going down hills, man. I mean, you're just like, oh my god, it's especially some. And here's the thing, guys. The mountain boards have straps on them. Okay. The thing with me, I hate being strapped into a board. I hate that. Like, I always like to put my foot down. I never ever liked being strapped into a board. I hated it. I literally hated it so much. And what I did is I took the straps off, and what I did is I put a bunch of freaking grip tape, on it and stuff, and it was so much better. And also they have this thing where, I mean, you can buy it separately, but it's like a thing where you like a brake for the back of the board. And I mean, to me, I used like one time, and I'm just like, you know what, screw this crap, I'm taking this freaking thing off. I honestly hate the brake. I don't like it, and I mean, some of these guys on mountain boards, you guys, they can fucking like go over the jumps, do a freaking flip, and I'm literally going like, how do you do that? Like, honestly, I could barely even go down a freaking dirt hill with this stupid thing without falling on my goddamn face. It's like how do they do it? And then some guy literally like freaking got his mountain board, jumped over a thing of freaking gators. Yes, a freaking thing of gators. Did a front flip 2 times and landed it. I'm going like, damn, if that was me, guys, you know what would happen to me? I can pretty much guarantee I would fucking fall in that pit of gators and die. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever mountain board, And if some freaking idiot says, "Hey, you want to do a stunt where you can go over a fucking thing of gators," just don't do it, man. Hell no. Even if they say like, "Oh, I'll pay like $10,000," no, don't do that shit. You know. Yeah, and yeah. Also, there's these things for like for mountain boards. There were street tires, right? And I mean, I got some for my mountain board, guys, and I mean they were all right. They were okay, but like really for the most part, they were just like they're garbage, man. I mean, longboard wheels were way better than that. I think I put like a fucking video on my YouTube channel one time, like saying I had those things, and people were going like, David Laser, like, bro, why don't you just get a fucking longboard? Why would you freaking use one of those? And I mean, pushing that thing is kind of a pain in the ass too. It's like really like some of the mountain boards you guys have freaking motors in them. Those are actually better because yeah. So hold on. Yeah. And yeah. And I used to do like the freaking thing, like the freaking pogo stick. By the way, we still have our pogo stick from like 2004, because I know it wasn't 2004. It was 2000, Christmas of 2003. That's when I first got my pogo stick, and to this day we still have it. It's still in the rafters in my garage, but we still have it. Now I remember back in the day, I was using that thing so much. I remember like this one time, like I wanted to take it to the next level. So what I decided to do, I decided to jump off my freaking wall with it. And my dad's sitting there going like, David, don't do that, bro. Don't do that, because but my dad's like going like, David, you were going to die. You were literally going to fucking die. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. Because the thing, like, some pogo sticks, guys, like they will, when you jump on those things, they will go super high. I never had I never had that one. I've always wanted that one. I begged my dad to get me one when I was a kid, but it didn't happen. But yeah, because the pogo sticks that go in the air like that, they go you jump pretty high. I've seen some in the parking lot one time. I'm like, God damn, man, I definitely gotta get myself some of those. I mean, just like, because the thing with my pogo stick, you guys, my pogo stick was an air one. You pump air, because we used to have some, like in the 90s when we were kids. We used to have pogo sticks back then too, but those were like the spring ones. I mean, those were good too, but really that one we had was like an air one, and the air one was way better. You get like an air question, you pump it and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And some people, some of the freaking pogo sticks, you guys can do like freaking like backflips and like freaking front flips and stuff. I'm like, damn, and but yeah, that's what's going on. And what else did I do? Oh yeah, I also used to. By the way, I was really good at this, you guys. But I used to have these things called stilts. It's stilts, which the little freaking poles you grab on, right? And then you put your feet on the thing and you walk with them. I remember like when I first got my first pair of stilts, I was so happy. And here's the thing, guys. You're probably this is gonna sound crazy, but when it came to learning how to do stilts, I did it all by myself. I taught myself. I did it all by myself. And you're probably thinking like, well, David, wouldn't like your mom and dad teach you how to do that? No, they didn't. I like seriously, I literally, I'm telling the truth. I learned it by myself. And I mean, even like at that time, my mom and my dad were super proud of me and stuff. And but yeah, those were good times. And I remember like at the time I was using the stilts like on the street, and these kids are going like, that's so cool, David. Oh, and also speaking of what I used to have, guys, I used to have the motherfucking Heelys. Remember those things? Those fucking Heelys were awesome. The freaking Heelys that had the shoes that had the one wheel. You know what I'm talking about? Those. Okay. Every goddamn kid on my block, including me, had those Heelys, and I was one of the last ones to get it. I was like the last kid on the street to get it. And I remember my mom was telling me, hey David, guess what? I have a surprise for you. I'm like, what? We're gonna go to the store, and we're gonna buy you a thing of Heelys. And I'm going like, oh yeah, like I'm like, yes, I'm so happy, and like, and I remember I get my first Heelys for the very first time, you guys, and I mean, at first I'm doing really bad and stuff. I'm doing really bad, and yeah, also remember I was in the motherfucking cul-de-sac practicing them, and I literally am on a fucking driveway right. I do it wrong. I freaking fly backwards. I land on my head, and I'm just like, I mean, thank God I had a helmet on, but I'm just looking. My face is up like this, going like, "Fuck, man, that really fucking hurts," you know. And I'm just like, "Damn!" And as time went on, guys, I got really, really good at it. I mean, it was so cool, guys. Every single kid, every single kid on the block at that time, including myself, we all had those Heelys. You know, the guy ones were the black ones, and the girl ones were the white and blue ones. Remember? And they had the double wheel ones. And oh yeah, I remember this one time. I was at Vaughn's one time, and I was using those things in the store. And here's the thing about Vaughn's, you guys. Since the floor is like super shiny and smooth, it's like perfect for Heelys. I was doing it right. And then after that, what happened? I fucking fell backwards again, and I fell on a thing of what was like a thing of spray bottles. Thank God it wasn't wine glasses, but I fell on a motherfucking thing of spray bottles, and they all fell over. And basically I picked it up and everything was okay. I'm kind of going like, okay, I think I'm gonna fucking leave now before I get kicked out of the store, if you know what I mean. And also another thing, the thing about it, guys, in freaking when I went to Carmel Del Mar School, you guys, Carmel Del Mar Elementary School, most of these kids, including me, we all had Heelys, right? We all wore them to school, and what we were doing in the boys' restroom, we were in there riding our Heelys in the restroom, and then basically as time went on, the teachers just said, look, guys, you can wear the Heelys, it's okay, but like you need to take the wheel off. You can't have the wheel anymore. We're going like, come on, and like I'm sorry, it's, you know, school, it's just how it is. And I mean, I guys, really, you know, I totally understand that, because, you know, when you're in school, like, if you were to fall off and get hurt, it's the teacher's responsibility if you get hurt, you know. And but either way, like I totally understand that. But like really, like since we're little and stuff, we're really young, we're kind of going like, oh, come on, man, you know. And but yeah, well, either way, it was fun while it lasted, you know. But those Heelys, man, were so much fun. I remember this one time what we were doing, like on our street right here, like my street, like most of my street is like super steep, right? And we're literally like, what we did, we went down our street with our Heelys. We're going super fast and stuff. And here's the thing, guys, these freaking things do not have brakes on them. There are no fucking brakes on those Heelys. We're flying down the street going like a million miles an hour, and I'm literally going like, I'm halfway on the street, guys, and I'm just like, okay, number one, I gotta fucking slow down because I'm gonna fall and kill myself. My other friends, they just kept going. They kept going down the entire street, and they didn't fall. They were going probably like 20 miles an hour on these fucking Heelys. And I'm just going like, damn, man, they're good, you know. They're better than I am, and I'm surprised they didn't fall. So Heelys, guys, were awesome shoes at the time. Also, another thing, what we used to have these things called waveboards. I mean, they still make them today. I'm saying, like, they're boards that have two wheels, and you shake your legs to make them go. We used to have a lot of those. I mean, I had one too, and they were a lot of fun. I mean, you know, like just going around and stuff. And even some of our neighbors are going like, "How do you guys do that? Like, how? Like, seriously, literally, how do you guys literally get on a board that has two wheels and do that? Like, that's hard." And they're going, "No, we're going like, no, it's easy." And but yeah, the only crappy thing that sucks about the waveboard, you guys, is that the freaking wheel wears out too fast. That's the only thing that sucks about those boards. It's like, because I remember we had to like literally like get new wheels like all the freaking time. And guys, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something, okay? Putting those wheels back on was a pain. It was really a pain in the butt. Taking the wheels off, putting the wheels back on. It was like, you know. And I remember one of my friends at the time, he was really, seriously, he was really, 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 really good at waveboard. Like he like, seriously, like he could literally go up curbs and go down. And I'm sitting there going like, I can't do that. I mean, number one, I can ride the board around. Like I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I was pretty good at it too, but he was like way better than I was. Like I'm literally watching him going like he's going up a curb on his waveboard, going down a curb. I'm going like, bro, how do you do that? How do you do that? And he's sitting going, no, it's easy. I'm going like, it's not easy, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. If I freaking did that, I'm gonna fall on my face, you know. So, but yeah, either way, those are good. Those are good times. But anyway, guys, this live stream is 54 minutes. I'm gonna end the live stream. Either way, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I really hope I made you guys laugh. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. So, peace.